Hey guys, Dante here and welcome back to my channel, The Burglar's Art, and welcome to another Sunday night art stream. So we are using the same, since I didn't get any flags last week or this whole week in general from YouTube or Twitch regarding this particular playlist. Once again, this is Unscared by Aim to Head. It's the Aim to Head official YouTube channel. It literally says Aim to Head official. And I figured, we'll use it again. You know, a little bit of techno beat to go with our robotic designs. So let's do some quick announcements before we jump back into this. First things first, check out what came in the mail. Bam, baby. But wait, there's more. Bam, baby. But wait, there's more. Bam, baby. And that's it. Obviously there's a weird flux as to whether or not, you know, Comic-Con's gonna be big this year. In terms of crowd, it probably will be light, which I'm kind of hoping. It ends up a little light. And I'm guessing it's going to be, given how I managed to get 3 tickets, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But yeah, it's my first time doing a 3 ticket. Not first time. It's my first time in a long time since I've done the 3 days in a row. Especially since they stopped selling the 3-day passes. But yeah, it's been a long time. Been a long time. Should have met you. Whatever. But yeah, I'm actually super excited. This is New York Comic-Con, since San Diego Comic-Con was a flop. And I'm hoping to enjoy it. I took a quick glance on the website to see who was going to be there and what would be interesting. Didn't see much that caught my attention. There's a bug in here. You know, but then again, you do a search and you have to like really search each day, searching for the panels, who's gonna be there. I don't know. Maybe even other people, maybe all the people who said they were gonna be there just evacuated as well. It might be dead, but it'll give me plenty of time to like spend, you know, a few hours or so in Artist Alley. Really check out the showroom floor. Dante Bosco is gonna be there. Voice of Zuko, and the voice of Katara, whose name escapes me right now. Also the voice of Amity from Owl House. They are from the Owl House. They are going to be doing an episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like, they're gonna be reading a script along with a few guest voice actors. But I was really hoping they would be in the autograph section, like Autograph Alley, whatever they call it. I don't see their names listed on that. Like, only special guest, they don't really, but they're not. It's a special guest section on the website, but it doesn't say if that is special guest at the autograph section. It's like they don't really have a list that says this is the autograph section, because if Dante Bosco is going to be in the autograph section, I have a toy of Rufio. I used to have the original. It's Rufio on his like little bamboo surfboard. I used to have that when I was little, and I bought it again a few years back, good number of years back, for like $5 in box. And if he's gonna sign anything, it's gonna be that. Yes, I have a Zuko figurine, I have a box for him, but like Rufio, man, I gotta have him sign that box. If he has, he's the one guy I will pay to get an autograph for. Like usually, I get autographs on prints, usually of artwork. I have an autograph of voice actor for Samurai Jack, voice actor for Batman Beyond, the voice actor for Courage the Cowardly Dog, which is like a face shot of him. It was kind of weird. The other two, the actual drawings of the cartoon characters. But if I could get I don't know, man. If I want to get the toy signed, even though I can't really put that box like on a wall in a place that's not in the way of people, I want to get the toy signed. So I gotta double check. But as usual, New York Comic Con, usually have to wait till the very last minute before, like wait like the week of, and then hit the website and check out what's going on, because that's usually when everything's like fully lined up. Especially now, we don't know what's going on. But yeah, got myself 3-day tickets. I was gonna see who was gonna be there in Artist Alley. They have all the names, but no images, no artwork, no headshots on the website. Usually they put a name, a headshot, and or an image of their artwork. And since I tend to forget artists' names and just remember their artwork in terms of style, I might just have to walk around and see who's there. But yeah, that's our first week of October, so yay! Got those. Spent too much money on them, but you know what? I miss San Diego Comic Con, so. Drinking Coke and ice. Just Coke and ice. Yeah. So I just saw the bug again. It's not a mosquito. There's a bug in here. I'm trying to cut back on soda, but I got this big liter of soda in my freaking fridge from a family get-together, so, cheers. Alright. Close a few windows here and there. Okay. Since I know the audio is working fine, I'm going to switch the audio out of my secondary device and actually plug it in so I can hear the music as it plays. Ooh. Okay, so what are we doing, you may ask? So, we are. I know the music just a pinch. I'm looking at the scales. Got music in my ear, which I adjust my audio, but then I see the scales in OBS. Like, there we go. So, what are we doing today, people? We are continuing our bots, robots, and dinos. Where's my pen? There's my pen. Here's my pen. Ooh, excuse me. So, last week, I roughed out general base concepts of how these bots are going to look and work. So we have our tail, and the neon colors, we'll get to that in a minute. So we have our tail end, we have our legs, and then we have our head and chest. Once again, color coded if I could remember what goes where. These are pretty simple transformations. Like it literally is just put the arm here, tuck the legs in. Like it's really simple. Partly because I kind of want to make this guy too, and I don't have a 3D printer, so I usually make these from scratch. Like I make them in hand. Maybe I'll make this guy in hand, and if it all works out, like if this prototype all works out, heck, maybe I could find a 3D artist to actually design it. Like if I have the physical that shows it works, I could take measurements and send it out to someone. I have someone in mind, just because I like their work. It's not like I'm in contact with anyone. But anyway, yeah, boom, 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 right? Boom, boom, boom. But I want to do a bit more. most usually combiners do transform. They transform and they combine. So it was going through my head this past week. What should I do with these? So I figured, okay, here's the theme. These guys are basically their own demolition crew, right? This is X-Rex, Team X-Rex, because it's extreme. And they just destroy stuff. They're called in to destroy stuff. They do it in robot mode, they do it in their alt mode, and they do it in their dino mode. So I figured, let's all just give them tanks. I was gonna try and do tank, airplane, boat, whatever. No, this is just a trio of like sci-fi tanks that just wreck stuff. And from there we think of the theme. So I made this one guy, and this guy just literally has a pincer tail and like a drill arm. So he's our weapon expert, right? He's the weapon guy. Like, he's basically like, right tools for the right job. This guy's just big old muscly arms. He's the brute force guy. He's like, you want things done right, you do it with your bare hands. He's like the quotes you would get on the box. And then you have the semi-quintessential leader with a Blitzkrieg helmet. And he has like little dino fingers for one hand and a giant chomper for the other. So it kind of looks like the weapons guy, but I figured this one's more of like the mad scientist one. He's the one of like like something like, you must know your enemy to destroy them from within. He's like the technical, like, you must dismantle your enemy from within. That's a good one. You must dismantle your enemy from within. So with that in mind, I did my usual thing where I just roll over in my head over and over again. How am I going to transform this? How's it going to look? Where's it going to go? And the transformations are actually pretty simple. Once again, it's really just realigning the body. Like, there's very little transformation aside from just moving this here, moving that there. So first guy is the weapons guy. And these neon pieces you see, these are adjustments I'm going to be doing. So the back of his head is going to have like a rocket kind of piece. We are going to add a door hinge at the tip of the tail, kind of like the a la old G1 Dinobots where the tails would, split open. We're going to add more to the back. We're going to change the arm. We're going to add some panels to the legs. Let me zoom out. Come over here. So we're going to have like these panels here on the legs. And we're going to have little pins by the base of the ankle. Because he becomes this monstrosity. So essentially, in red or orange, depending on what color my freaking computer is looking like, it's red. Oh, that's really bright. Tail splits, comes around the side of the actual torso of the body. The body, like, it comes around the chest and the back. So you turn the body sideways. One arm pointing up, one arm pointing kind of back. The tail flips and folds around the body to reveal like these wheels, these like different size wheels. The other arm just sits at an angle, so it's pretty much its pivot. The drills extend outward to look like rockets instead, and the legs literally just one stays flat and little wheels fold out. That's what the little latches on his one leg is. There's two latches on the side, little wheels, little guns come out, and the other leg sits on top of that leg, and from underneath it you have a cockpit, and from the top, little gun pops out. This might be adjusted, but this is kind of the basic idea. The main thing is the tail is going to have wheels in it. And where the tail splits, a little thumb piece, is that pink piece sticking out the back. So he's the gun guy. He just guns everywhere. Right? So, I come up with an idea, a general idea of like, I want the arm to look like this. I want the leg to look like this. I want it to have a feel of a Rocketeer. And then as I design it, it begins to roll over and roll over. Like, what if he's not a Rocketeer? What if he has rockets for hands? Like, and etc. etc. The idea evolves. So with this guy, we're going to make little indents on the arms. That's what that little pink piece is. We're going to have treads to the front of his legs, his shins. And on his back, he has this kind of, what's it called? Cow trowel? I don't know what it's called. But the thing's in front of trains. And it's on a double hinge. And essentially, his legs go sideways over his shoulders. So his legs come out and up over the shoulders with the treads. The arms literally just kind of overlap. So that indent in his forearm actually overlaps his hip, and thereby turning the dino feet into plows, along with the plow that's going to be there as well. That's in blue, and the big thing on his back, hidden inside, is just a ram. I was making a cannon, but I figured this guy's going to have like that ram that like police tanks have, like to go through like doors. He's just running over stuff, and then like next to that is a sideways. It's like a flat sideways image of it. I didn't do a sideways for the top one. And then he gave me a lot of trouble. We did do adjustments from last week. I realized, why does it keep moving? There we go. The blue door hinges should be on the outside of the legs. On the door hinges are little wheels, and when they fold over the body, since the body in T-Rex mode is sideways, there's plenty of room for those wheels to tuck in. And he has a little pointed cockpit on his other arm, which is the dinosaur chest. And you can see the little pink line right there. That's the cockpit. That's the cockpit. And I figured in dino mode, the feet are just molded straight. The feet don't come forward, I'm thinking. And he kind of like that. It's kind of weird to tell, I know. Essentially, much like the first guy, the dino head splits and wraps around the body. And you're going to take the literal like dinosaur head, and it's going to be a tank tread. Like that blue is a dinosaur head. Look at that blue there. That's a dino head, more or less, on the inside. The legs come out and forward, and from inside each leg comes out these fake little like rolling pins. And then you just so he did this, since the doctor is gonna be I dissect stuff. So you have weapons, brawn, and brain. So his tank mode just grinds things up, like he just dissects things as he goes. And then the other arm with the cockpit attached to it just overlaps the entire thing. His head sticks out the back, but because he has like a bucket head, or you're just gonna see a spike in the back. It's a little spike in that gray drawing. And that is a layout of what we're doing so far. Like, it took me all week to like think of like how the hell I'm going to transform these guys. I didn't want to go too crazy. Is my stream still recording? Still broadcasting? I am. Yeah, my screen froze. But yeah. Yeah, so that's that. Spent the whole week just trying to figure out how I was gonna like put these guys together. It's actually really simple transformation, so I might be able to pull this off. I think I would, if I was to make this by hand, I would start with the head of the T-Rex, like the skull, and then work the scaling from there. So let's drop some inks in there. Let's start with the middle guy. Let's start with the tank. That was not supposed to happen. Where are you? There you are. Excuse me, I'm just organizing stuff. That is there. That goes there. So let's start with... Oh, so the names. Oh, I gave them names. Crud. I think it was Ballistic, Bruiser. Yeah, it's Weapon. Yeah, Weapon. Okay, so it's Ballistic, Bruiser, and Butcher. That's what they are. So when they transform, they literally are like this intelligent, wild beast. It's like they are like this actual, like, dangerous freaking dinosaur. Because, you know, you gotta be dangerous. There's my inks. Boom. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, enough talking. Let's get into it. Alright, so let's do some adjustments first. Let's do this. Where are you? There you go. That's blue. should be black. There we go. What I need to do, lower, there we go, lower that opacity a little bit. Yeah, so you're actually seeing through the arm. That's what it comes down to, guys. Like I said, you just gotta, you come with the concept and just kind of go with it. Don't, and like I said, for me, I go stir crazy, just trying to figure out how it's gonna transform, how's it gonna work. Well, I can't see you now. Of course, I can't see you now. Oh, because you're beneath the color layer. There we are. Now I see you. I'm gonna be moving around. No one. No. There we go. I'm not gonna be moving this layer back and forth all day. See, there's little tank treads on him. So we're gonna kind of say goodbye to his Peanuts, Charlie Brown looking legs. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I have a bunch of toys and resin castings of said toys. I don't like, you want to use a toy over and over again for different projects, but you like the way it looks. So I learned the art of resin casting, partially for that reason. And I actually have some tank treads, but I don't think I only have one. Like, it goes in one direction. It's not a perfect rectangle like this. It's actually tapered on either side, so it kind of looks weird in one direction. Might not make sense when I say it out loud, but just trust me. So I might need to do some new molding and casting. Looks like he has speakers on his legs. Oh, so I also finally got a chance to readjust my let's make this black. I got a chance to finally readjust the pen sensitivity in Clip Studio as opposed to just on the tablet. So that definitely helps. Hey, looks like he has speakers on his legs. I'm here to pump you up and play cool beats. God, it sounds like what's that guy from freaking Simpsons? Was it McBain or something Bain? McBain, I think it was McBain. I could be saying it wrong. Mendoza! Stop wobbling. I gotta make myself just add a word, add some cheap word. I gotta make myself a thing that's tapered, so I can just put my tablet right on it. My tablet's on something right now, because it's not the length of the tablet. It's like a little square block. The tablet moves. Gotta find something that will work, like a stir stick or something that will work. I'll figure it out. What did I just do? No. That was weird. I hit something in the. I hit L. What does L do? What the hell does L do? What's L short for, guys? I hit something and like the whole thing, the whole screen just shifted. Such a noob. There we go. Okay. So we're going to duplicate these changes in his Dino mode over here. The real trick is like, you know, even though there's all sketches, you still want to get the angles right. Like some sense of the angles. I saw this picture someone uploaded, you know, on someone, you know, whenever someone sells something on eBay, not even eBay, like on Amazon, and you could tell the image is just really, it's like stock image of like a kid doing this, and they just stick whatever water gun the kid's playing with in the kid's hands. So like there's like a lot of stock images that are like that. And there was one someone uploaded onto Twitter where it was obviously like just a photoshopped image of like a workout set. So the legs are basically facing towards your right side, like they're on the floor facing towards the right, but the barbell is facing to the left, and you can tell because like you can see one side of the legs here, but the actual weights, you see the opposite side of the weights. It's like this weird mind frick. It's just like the what's the guy who did the famous staircase that's all like wonky and everything, like the impossible staircase. That's what it was. Like whoever photoshopped that just like it's like taking images of someone's left side, but then putting a hat on them in which you see the right side of the hat. It was just so surreal. Funny though. But you know, it shows you how like fake the product is. Like, oh, this product is great. It's like, yeah, so great you can't even get like an actual photograph of it. Right, so what we have here is a double joint. It's a double joint right here. Just, you know, or whatever it needs to be done to get it past the boot tip. I'm putting a double joint because it just reminds me that if I make this, it needs to have enough clearance in some way to overlap the tuchus. And they have little details like the holes in the side of it. This is called something, like cow something. Like it's meant to just knock cows off the road. That's like the idea. And you know, in truth, it's meant to just plow anything over, but still. Just You know, let's black these out too. I need to fix my layout. I gotta make it clearer for you guys to see what the heck is going on the navigation window over there. There we go. Okay, fine. So if I make my navigation window bigger, but shrink it here. Okay, yeah. You can see the quality. The quality is a bit better. It's still small, but at least it's cleaner. You know, I make it bigger on my end, shrink it on the stream, and it's a bit cleaner. You can see the layout at least. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah. Putting holes in his shins. I was rummaging through my box of junk. Once again, the biggest issue with Transformers is just finding all of the needed, you know, joints and ball joints and everything. You know, if you want to customize a wrestling figurine, you got a wrestling figurine. It has all the arms and everything. And I realized, at least for this one, I don't gotta go too crazy because the bodies, all of their bodies are relatively unchanged in the transformation. Like this guy up here, his head is gonna fold into his body. Does it have to? Yeah. Does it have to? It does. It does, because the feet are gonna go on top. When the feet fold over. Then again, maybe when I make it, the feet are gonna fold over the head so well in Dino butt mode, we won't see them. Like it'll be like right here, but maybe you won't see it. We'll figure that out. But yeah, okay. Oh, nope, not okay. There we go. Color. I'll also do it now while I'm here. Nope, that's the wrong layer. That's the right layer. Okay. Okay, we're good. Okay, so robot mode is robot mode is properly adjusted. Though it needs some little, there we go, a little cleanup on that. There we go. Okay. Okay, so the robot mode is adjusted. Right? Right. You know what? It's driving me nuts. It is driving me nuts. Because if you're once again, if you're seeing this side of the arm, you would not see, you wouldn't even see this curve here. That's gonna give it a straight line. There you go. He got them holes in his arms. Okay. Now, let's do that tank. Yeah, tank. Alright. We're gonna start bicep. Forearms right there. There's the forearms. There's the kind of staircase looking forearm that he has. Do a hint of the treads right there. That came out weird. Okay, so that's the tread. And here's the base of the dino foot, which took me forever to get this freaking foot. Like, it's still not, like, perfect, but to get the toes right, it took me forever. So that's a little that little upside down triangle is that guy right there. Oh, I realized it shouldn't be going up and down. It should be going this way, like that. There we go. Dino feet. As you can see, I've given him like relatively flat biceps. Like this whole arm is just flat. Just, you know, for simplification's sake. So, little things like this, like the lines I do at the elbow joint, are just basic indicators. If the lines are repeated again here, at the elbow, which is now the T-Rex's kneecap, and those same little lines are gonna go right in here too. Once again, that's just a general indicator of where am I on this freaking toy. You know, it's not the Michael Bay Transformers, and yes, I know he didn't design them, but it's not the Michael Bay Transformers where you just, you know, everything looks super confusing. I remember when I saw the very first concept design for Megatron, and it was more like a skeleton of him, if you would. Basically, it was without all the armor, but he was just plating. Just plate. There was no indication of like his elbows or his knees. And in the final product, they gave him plating they gave him like armor plating on top of that to kind of like help define it. But the original idea was just he looked like he was made. Dramatic pause. It looks like he was made out of Doc Octopus like tendrils, just plate. And that was the reason why a lot of people just didn't like the design, because they were like, "What is this?" And people still don't like the design. I'm still in the boat of like, you know what? I'm not a big fan of the designs. It just, not all of them. Some of them were really cool. Some were like really alien and really cool, like almost like Matrix like the squid looking designs in the Matrix. But it just you can't connect with a character like that. Like if you can't tell where its butt ends and its head begins, you kind of like have issues. The RC triplets, or whatever the heck they called them in the movie, because they were in it for like 5 seconds. They actually had really cool designs. Like on paper, they had amazing designs. They were just ashamed that you couldn't tell what the hell was going on in the movie to really see them. Like the RC triplets, they were pretty much like Gizmo Duck. Like, you know, they were on like one singular wheel, and each one did have technically their own design, but you just didn't get a good look at them. They were highly underutilized. Fun story. You want to know how little they were utilized in the film? So I saw the behind the scenes, so I knew going into it that they were gonna have 3 motorcycles that were eventually going to be, essentially going to be either RC split into 3 or 3 actual different Transformers. When the movie came out, it didn't matter. I think they say RC by name. One of them responds, but they all have the same writer because they got triplets to do the motorcycle scenes. Anyway, I was like, cool. You have a female character Transformer, but just like every other character in the movie, she's in it for like 5 seconds, and you get no characterization from her. It's not just because she was a girl; it was because of just the way it was written. And I remember being in the movie theater, and one of them, the blue one, of the triplets, turns to Sam and says, "Sam, follow me. We'll get you to safety," and then gets her head blown off instantly. And that's it. She looks at the camera, says, "Follow me. Come with me if you want to live." Boom! Head gets blown up, and a woman sitting in front of me goes, "Oh shit, that was a girl." That's how little they mattered in the film. They're like, it was like, "Oh wow, that was a girl," and that was it. Now she's dead. I guess you don't know. It's Transformers. You don't know. There's no indication of where they start and where they end. And when you have that in any character, it's kind of like having like Clayface in the Batman series. Like, is he dead? Is he not dead? Did getting his face blown off even hurt him? Is there any context? Oh, okay. When they get their faces ripped off, that's when they die. Because they love ripping people's faces off in that freaking movie. As you can tell, not a fan of the Michael Bay movies. Yeah, sure, the first one was fun to watch, but who cares? Bumblebee did a lot better. It reduced the villain cast to 2. You at least got personality. You at least got a little bit of personality out of them. Even though you can't remember what their names are because I think they say it once. Say the names a few times. Of course, the designs were like classic designs, but still sci-fi. Look, you can make them alien looking, yet still recognizable as to what a leg is, what an arm is, some kind of humanoid form. But I'm not gonna kid myself. It was pretty much the Iron Giant wholesale. It was just, they just made the Iron Giant. They made Bumblebee a sympathetic non-character. He had no personality because he had no memory, and he was essentially the Iron Giant. It's a good movie, but it's the Iron Giant. That's why it's a good movie. It had heart, but to do that, they literally gave Bumblebee no personality. I think it would have been fun if... could you imagine if they gave him a personality in the movie? Like, keep the memory loss. Like, keep it where he's having trouble remembering why he's on the planet, like his mission. But give him a personality. Because Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie is not Bumblebee from the later movies. It's a different person. And I realized, now that I said that I've probably said all of this in the last stream. And I apologize for repeating myself. Okay, so here's the ball joint. That's the knee. Here's the back of the leg. So the back of the leg does carry the Charlie Brown stripes. No, correction, that's the side of the leg. That's the side. Because this right here, this section here is the front of foot. In fact, let's just do a little thing right here. Let me... Oh, where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? There we go. Two little lines indicate the top of the foot. And there's our tank treads. Once again, not the neatest. We're just trying to get shapes down. There we go. Just trying to get some idea of what these freaking treads look like. Yeah, making them too square. Should be rounded. Rounded. Rounded-esque. Okay. Boom. Boom. Doop. 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 Doop-de-doop. I think that's what, oh, what's his name? Oh, what's his name? Dew. Dew Toy Review, whatever his name is. He goes doop-de-doo whenever he's rolling the character back and forth. So we go doop-de-doo as we draw these treads. Okay, not that pretty, but we got tank treads. Yeah, that works. So essentially we're looking at the butt of the robot. His head is on the other side. So the design of this might change, but for now it's just a big old battering ram. Where am I going? Where am I going? There we go. We should draw a little X on it. or the was it? It's either they either write down "Have a nice day" or it says "knock knock" in the front of those like Batman Rams. And to cheat, it is cheat. Look at that monstrosity. Just. Double check my stream. Okay, my stream is still going, people. Just have to double check it. Have to refresh. Okay, so that's going. And that's going. Okay, good. Let's skip the side view for now and go right into just everything else. So the first one I did, I'm happy with the gun. I'm happy with the treads, which is once again the tail just split it in half. The gun is literally just the body, like on his side. It is. Save. So like in blue you can actually see it. It is the arm, the side of the body, right here, and then like that's his waistline, and that's the legs with the looks like cock and balls, but that's what that is, and the head is like right there, right? That's what that is. So it's just take robot, put on side. It's nothing too complicated. I'm just iffy about the legs. So I figured, you know, since the legs are going to be tapered, having one flat and one on top be kind of cool like that. Then I added this the idea of via this pin, which is this pin over here. You flip out this cockpit, which is like in the leg. Like it comes out, it goes in, it comes out, right? Then I got like, oh, well, what if a little gun comes out the top? What if a little gun comes? And then the other leg has flip out little wheels and guns. I could just not have it as a flip out, as I scratch my ankle, not have it as a flip out and just literally draw them. Just have them always there. But then it's kind of like lopsided. One leg has it, the other leg doesn't. And in robot mode, it looks wonky. But, yeah. Just, once again, this is all like a test. Alright, is that right? That should be right. Alright, let's go into our boy here. So since his head flips in to the chest anyway, I figured he would have like a little rocket thing on the back. So essentially his shoulders, which are going to end up being the back of the tank, will have a little rocket like engine thing on the back. A la Batman 90. You know, 1990. Once again, adjustable. We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just keep the head where it's at. Give him a rocket thing on top of his head. So, that'll be that. We are going to have to adjust the tail quite a bit. But let me just drop in these pieces here. So we have... These are pins. And this is the kind of trap door where he reveals a secondary gun. And these are going to be rotation points for the wheels that are inside the shin. So just flip right out. Okay, now what's happening here? We are going to adjust this heavily. So he's not going to have the shoulder pad. As cool as it does look. The shoulder pad is actually going to be more or less going to be combined with the tail end of said tail. There we go. Reselect. So this split in the tail was actually part of the entire piece. Essentially what we're doing is combining the G1 Dinobots, how the legs used to split at the tip and then become two pieces, and we're combining that with Beast Wars Dinobot, where his tail is actually split out with a singular base. So what this is going to do, why am I using such a small eraser? What it's going to do is that the tail is going to split and completely fold. It's going to do a 180. It's not gonna split open 90 degrees like Beast Wars Dinobot. Excuse me. It's gonna be in a hinge that comes all the way around, that wraps it around the body, allowing either side to sit on either side of the chest, and that's how you're gonna get your leg. And then in the tail are gonna be wheels, full wheels. They're not actually gonna roll, but they're gonna be in there, all up in there. So let's do a little hinge here, just so I can know what I'm doing. There's the hinge. Fix that. Fix that. So once again, this is our weapons expert. This is the guy who just has freaking pincers for arms and drills for hands, and you know he's no fun at parties. So that fixes that. Tail tip. Once again, a la G1. A la G1, it is going to have a little hinge on it. There we go. A little pin on that. Put a pin in it. Put a little pin on that. And I think that was that for that one. That's too close. Let's do a bit of a mimic on this side too. Let's once again, if you fix it in one picture, you gotta fix it in the other. How do I do the hinge? It was 2 pieces. There's a 2. Tail, same thing. Uh, yeah, let's make it a bit more 3-dimensional. Let's put a little bit. You could kind of see the hinges right there. Not hinges, kind of like, once again, like the rotating trap doors where the wheels come out. It's at this angle. You definitely see them. There we go. Okay, so that fixes all of that. Sort of small details. Well, hour in and we've done 1 tank and a bunch of little doodles. Doodle doodle doodle, little doodles, little doodles. Alright. Alright. That goes that way. That goes that way. Let's just get all of our straight lines done. Oh wow, that line was actually straight to begin with. Nice. Yeah, let's just continue it. Save me the headache. That did not come out straight at all. Oh my god. Jesus gosh. Now, by the way, these little guns here, like the only reason they're even here, to be honest, is because I bought a, I don't know what it was. It's technically a knockoff because I could tell the molding is based on something else. I just bought these knockoff toys, and they had these little guns that like looked awesome. So like it's a knockoff, but the plastic material, like it was actually really good material. So I bought that. And I was like, oh, if I make this guy, maybe I'll use these guns. So yes, there is like a little platform beneath. Well, technically, I wouldn't even need that. Like the underneath of the tail could be completely empty except for the little claw. So these wheels would touch the ground. Yeah, let's just get rid of that. Let's pretend that's not there. Oh, and once again, is it M for line? Nope. What was it again? No, what was my line again? Line was, is it U, right? U for like shapes. Yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to do if like. I mean, I didn't design them as drills. I just made them spikes. But like, if the drills popped out, like this slid out, and they were just like the heads of freaking rockets. And yeah, I think we're good. Everything else will be done by hand. Okay, good. Saves us. Wait. Saves us a lot of time. No, technically, this would be at an angle. Technically. Yeah. Because the legs are at an angle. It would be at an angle. Okay, there we go. Alright, now we do it by hand. So here's our little tummy. A little curve right there is what you recognize right there. His abdomen. Them robot abs. That is the skirt, the waist skirt. This is a ball joint for the hip. So one leg is going up. That's this one right here. Other leg is going down. That's this one right here. Does he have lines on his hips? He does. That way I can know what I'm doing. It's like those we've all seen it, those Transformer like Cybertronian tanks, which is really just literally just take the robot, stick him on his back, put his arms and legs out, and he's a spider tank. I always find those kind of funny. Like they could look awesome, but they never do. So the feet kind of act like the foot of one leg kind of acts like a bumper. It's just like right in the front like that. So this is a foot that would need an ankle joint to just kind of fold forward. It's not just molded into the foot, molded into the shin. Same thing with the other foot. There's the pin. I did the pin solid black? I did the pin solid black. Okay. I mean, I just kind of fudged this on the final drawing, but essentially a little cockpit folds out from inside the back of the leg. Like the calf is a cockpit, pretty much. Fact, since it sits on top of the other leg, it will overlap it. So let's get rid of that. That came out funky. Funky monkey. Yeah, let's do that again, shall we? There it is. Like a foot in a foot. While we're here, might as well get the cannons that totally don't look like penises. Totally don't look like penises. And if you see a penis, that's your fault. I was also trying to design each tank with a bit of a different. Well, they're not all tanks. They're just like land vehicles. So I was trying to design each of them with a little bit of a different like feel to like what they use. What their wheels do. So this guy's all wheels, all day, all the time. Like he's just wheels, wheels, wheels. This guy is just tank tread, short tank tread. The final guy, which I did a pencil sketch, is half track, which is back wheels are back is tank, front is wheels. So each one has a little bit of a different feel to them. So here's that simple stripe pipe work. Once again, making this match that. It's pipe work in the legs, pipe work in the legs, where the ankles meet the foot. And for the gun, I just kind of did like one of those like old timey like machine guns you see like in World War II movies. It was like this big round tube with a singular little barrel at the top end of it. Some exaggerated foreshadowing, foreshortening on the lid. So it's just a big round barrel with a tiny little barrel coming out of it, and a little bit of cross hatching to fill in that darkness. Kind of, as you can tell, I'm kind of avoiding the wheels at the moment. So here's the ball joint for the shoulder. Here is the bicep with once again with striping on it, so you can know what's what. That was a nasty second stripe. Come on. There we go. There you go. So I just kind of, everything kind of went nuts there for a minute. There we go. Here's giant Crayola looking missiles. Maybe I'll go back and actually, I got some toy, little tiny, once again, like 99-cent store, discount store looking robot toys. I love buying those. I love buying like crappy toys for parts. Uh, but sometimes you end up with ones that are so crappy the plastic just crumbles on you. Like in box they're fine once you open them up, it just crumbles. Very so often you find a few knockoff toys which actually have some sturdiness, and I found some I have some like perfect like drill tips which would be great for this. Oh, come on. Okay, so there is the little flap where his head goes in. Make his head just dips forward. And then here is the back of the tail. That's where the tail splits. And then above the tail is right there. That's the rocket. That's the rocket butt. More or less. It's a little iffy. Let me back up for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, sorry. That is the arm. You can't even see the rocket head. It's too flat. But those are the stripes of the arm. Okay. Here's the bottom of the dinosaur's mouth, indicated once again by that squared off hinge pivot point that we did before. There we go. So the jaw just goes all the way back. It locks backwards. Alright, got his dino spikes. So ballistic is looking good right now. Once again, this is not mathematically correct. It is not a freaking blueprint. But it is a concept layout that is technically more advanced than the actual layout the guy did. It's Let's do some tire, little round tire things, like we did down there, little round tires. Okay, so this is the tail tip that breaks off and leans back. There's our. I did 1 or 2. Did I do 1 or 2? I did 1. Double check. I did 1. One line, so it's just a 2-part hinge. This does that. 2 pieces. There. And what's cool is that essentially the tail tips bend back, the larger tails fold over the body, and the tail tips pointing backwards almost meet behind the foot. So if everything lines up correctly, you have connecting points that touch that you could then add actual like plugs into. Like, you know, what I do is I just use Lego pieces. I just put little Lego pieces and they lock. So you have the interlocking pieces. You have to think of like, it doesn't just change shape, everything has to lock in place, otherwise you got this floppy toy. And I love it when they design Transformers where like those interlocking pieces are like built into the design, like it just you don't see them. I have an Optimus Prime that goes from the truck to Orion Pax and then to Optimus Prime. So the truck has side windows with little pegs that stick out, like the side windows. The pegs are the mirrors. So the mirrors are like pegs that stick out, but they obviously are meant to look like mirrors. And when you fold the sides of the truck over, those mirrors actually plug into the grill, which already has indents in it. So like the actual connecting points are molded into the structure. I think one of the parts I love most of that figurine, it just in terms of design, you have these essentially door hinges for a piece that has to rotate. You have these door hinges, but the hinges are actually the smokestacks of the truck. Like they designed the smokestacks into hinges, and I thought that was just a genius little trick to hide, all your little construction pieces, or your little mechanical doodads are built into the frame. It's not just a giant ball joint sticking out of nowhere, which is an issue I tend to have when I try to like make these figurines. Like I gotta learn 3D printing. I gotta learn 3D designing the program if I could then do some 3D printing. I need to. I need to, people. These wheels are all kind of wonky because I kind of did the artwork and then I just kind of adjusted it using I adjusted it weird. That is way too thick. Let me fix that. That works. Oh, I did that wrong again. I keep Photoshop tendencies. There we go. How did that one come out? You know what? Fudge it. Fudge it. Okay, boom. Okay, let's fix these wheels. Do 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 do. Freaking placement. Like if it's there. Okay, so that's the edge. So if it's like here. Nah, close enough. Then if it's like here. Nope. Let's try again. Nope. Need to go higher. Like up here. Ah! No, you don't. Stay. Nope. Nope. I'm just gonna get the free here. No! Once again, still getting used to certain things. Still getting used to certain things. There we go. Select and let's do one more for good luck. Ooh. Get your butt back up there. That was weird. Put you right there. Ugh, sorry about that, guys. There we go. Okay, there we go. Tedious, I know. Tedious stuff is tedious. Speaking of which, line tool. There we go. We're doing all the little proper. Trying to get those angles close to right. Alright. Erase you for good measure. Erase you for good measure. Erase you for good measure. Alright. It's gonna do little wiggly lines that like indicate tire tracks, tire treads, whatever you want to call them. I see you. I see you. Ooh, that's too close. I definitely see you. Too close, too close. Bit of an overlap. Right there, you see that little... There we go. I just realized how bad this circle is over here. Little tiny circles. Tiny, tiny circles. You know, technically tiny ovals, but yeah, whatever. And for consistency, there we go. Now let's drop that for a minute. Yep. Look at that. Oh, a few open areas here and there, but just indicate the darkness within. Woof! We got some nice vehicles going on here. Now it's 9:30, right? So I think we could pull off the last one. Don't know if we're gonna be dropping color into it, but I think we could do the line work at least. Okay, so let's lock that. Hit save, hit save. Alright, just double checking a few of my feeds right now. Don't just choose the wrong time to stream. Like, I see people who stream like every other day. I can't do that. It's too much for me. Do I just choose the wrong time to stream? I don't know. So lonely. Now here's the issue. I drew this guy, and it's all meant to be somewhat at the same angle. I drew this guy at too much of an angle. I had to turn him, which means all his vertical lines are crooked as well. So he's gonna be a bit iffy. But hey, we'll make it work. Right, where are we? We are in the final layer. Oh, not the final layer. Final layer. We are in the lowest layer in regards to all the dinos. Okay, so let's do that. Let's relatively make these lined up. And then we're going this way. So essentially what we have here once again is the robo legs. They do the splits. They do the split, and then they bend the knees upward. And then between the legs, at his crotch, are these rolling pins. Then his other arm, one arm Wraps around the body to make the treads. The other arm sits on top of the body to make essentially a sorry, to essentially make a cockpit. There we go. So that's our vertical. And that's our vertical. Yeah, I just want to get the verticals right. Then I could adjust everything else. So this guy, his feet. I think if he's being made into a toy, his feet are, that is way too much. His feet are molded in a certain position. They're just, he has no ankle. He has no ankle tilt. Ooh, that's not right. There we go. Even though in the drawing of him over here, he has his fancy feet, I think they would just sit like that, just straight up. Yeah, I'm going to readjust that. Let's go right across. Right across. Then down, and then down, and then like that, like that. And he also has, once again, tank treads, so. Alright. Okay, that's good enough for now. That's close enough. Let's do some corrections and get in there. Actually, how's that look compared to everyone else? Relatively the same. Relatively. Have you called your relatives lately? Alright. There we go. Faux, these freaking faux tread patterns. I don't drive a tank, I don't know. When I win the lottery, I should not only drive a tank, it will belong to me. I'll call him Precious. He'll be my Precious. I shall call him Squishy. Remember when that was a thing? Freaking Finding Nemo. Here's my Squishy and I shall call him Squishy. Which I think is a reference to like Bugs Bunny. there's the freaking head. With freaking Blitzkrieg helmet. When your head becomes the butt. So I think I'm gonna cave in and get myself a Ret Guard. Studio Ret Guard to be precise. Like, oh God, I love Ret Guard. He's my man. Ret Guard's the man. He was always my favorite because he was a weirdo. He was a freaking. I'm guessing he was meant to be a Mongolian. Like, he was designed with the Fu Manchu. They show up, attack the Autobots in the original movie. Ret Guard was my jam. Just the concept. They all turn into motorcycles, and they basically just put themselves back together when they crash. In fact, many times they'll crash in the movie. They crash and just change places. That's it. You are now the motorcycle. Why, thank you. And I was just really disappointed. Like in the freaking Transformers movie, this made Bumblebee more and more like Ret Guard. You know, he doesn't talk. And then finally, in one of the movies, he just completely like disassembles. Like, oh, now he disassembles himself. It's like, come on. Freaking pick a gimmick, give it to a character, and let the character be a character. Stop freaking. I know it's meant to sell toys, fine. For God's sake, you know, we still want character. And that's what happened with the freaking the original movie. They were like the original like 80s movie. Oh, it just sells toys. We could kill off Optimus Prime. It won't cause a problem. I think Toy Galaxy actually had a quote from one of the guys, like one of the higher ups, who didn't realize the importance of their own product and was like, "We had no idea Optimus Prime was such a heartfelt character among the fans. We didn't know we would outrage so many parents that then would stop buying our products because their kids won't stop freaking crying." Almost forgot to do this. So he has little wheels that sit on the hinges. And in Dino mode, when the hinges fold down, you don't even see the wheels. Drawing the cockpit before I even got to the cockpit on the actual tank. Just want to get it done. And the Dino splits all the way down. That is not a good one. Splits all the way down to just about the base, like right there. I found the tank treads I thought I was going to use for the inside of the Dino head. Just not the right shape. I might have to like do the... Like once again, if I'm going to make it, I might need to do the tank treads from scratch to like fit a Dino shaped head. There we go. Going the wrong way. Going the wrong way. Okay. select, please. Thank you. Screw it. Let's go all the way down. And it's good because I'm adding this little like cockpit right here also fills in like small areas that need to be filled in when he's in Dino mode. There we go. It's all coming together now. Have to remember I tend to lean. Hey, buddy. Okay, so these are the hips right here, which are splayed outward. There we go. Well, the hips are painted red and they have lines, so that'll be easy to see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's use the curve tool for this. This is the cockpit. Well, no, it's the T-Rex chest. That's what that is. Whoa, that was loud. Just realized that's not plugged in. Why are you not plugged in? What have you done? What have you done? What are you doing with your life? What even was that? Facebook nonsense. Dang it. Oh, I love this. Like once you get used to it, that curve tool. Oh, chef kiss. Need to right there. I see a little bit of an overlap right here. Alright. So you can see it now. That cockpit looks a bit weird. I'll fix it though. But that's it over the over was essentially the dinosaur chest. And that's gonna be more apparent. There you go, do little bit of a indication, like right here. There we go. That's gonna be more apparent because we need to add the T-Rex arms right here. And the T-Rex arms are literally just gonna be tucked right here, right inside. Just like they're physically gonna be folded on the sides just to take up the space that's in between the chest plate and the tank treads, just like that. Like just for fun, I'm gonna just draw the little fingers right there. There you go. And fill that in with some basic cross hatching. Fill this in too. Inside the tread. And we'll leave that tread alone. And then we're just going to do a little detail that is these spikes. Yeah, I've been trying so hard to like design a transformer that just something in it transforms and it has these big like the car wash of doom kind of just pillars with spikes. Like I've been trying to design like one like that for a while, and I finally get a chance to be like, oh, got it. They said it was mad, they say. I'm just a little angry. It's different. Not mad. It's a little angry. No. Oh. I'm using the curve tool. Okay, good. Alright, random spikes. Spike there. Spike there. That's a crappy spike. Spike there. You get a spike. And you get a spike. And you get a spike. Just a random like little gizmo that keeps it. There you go. Keeps it on track. Like that. Okay, good. I tilt my head. Why do I tilt my head when I don't need to? I tilt the page instead. I think that was the end of our playlist. Is it? Down to the last of it. Nope, down to the last of it. It's not anatomically, it's mechanical. This is not the most mechanically correct layout for the spikes. But I think we did it, guys. Yeah, didn't do the side views, but let us remove the sketch. Let us remove that. And yeah, look at that. Oh, okay. Make sure you can see it clearly. can't because there's too much stuff in the way. Let's start. Let's back up the bench. There we go. There we go. So we have Ballistic. So Ballistic is a robot who becomes the butt end of the T-Rex and just becomes a murder tank of weaponry. That is Ballistic. I guess make sure everything's like lined up well. Is that right? Right enough. Okay. So now we have, and then we have Bruiser, so Ballistic, a Bruiser who's just likes to beat stuff up, becomes a dinosaur's belly and legs, and just becomes a ram tank. Just knocks over stuff, flips things over. You know, doesn't care about the rules of the road. Just causes problems. And then lastly, we have Butcher, who is the brains of the operation, the self-appointed brains of the operation. You must mentally dismantle your opponent before you physically dismantle him. That's the quote. That's the quote. I love the old toys when they had like a quote by each robot. You used to have a quote and a full description and like a scale of like their strengths and weaknesses. Beast Wars did that, and then that trait just went away. I guess, you know, you don't have to do a full description, and you don't have to do the whole power gauge thing, but give him a quote. Like, have him say something interesting, man. Come on. But this is Butcher becomes the head and the chest, and in turn becomes this kind of like grinding tank that just rolls around it. I have to admit, one of the things I was trying to accomplish with the design was to have the dinosaur hands be near the front. That way they can actually like do this. But I just couldn't get it to work. Like, I just couldn't think of it. Maybe when I make it and I get the maybe once I design it in real life and I get the proportions adjusted, maybe I'll put the cockpit on the upper part of the chest and the whole thing rotates. That way the hands are on the front. Because technically here it's on the lower part of the chest. Right there, right by the red of his knees, and over here by the elbow. But yeah. Let me pull a few of these closer. Just want to pull the come on, unlock for me. Jeez. Jesus. Just want to pull this closer. There we go. It's you. Same for you. Let's pull you closer. Get closer. It's a family affair. Come on. Nope. There we go. Yow. Yeah. You know what? Let's do it real quick. Let's get the colors. There we go. That's it. Okay. Let's get the colors real quick. That way, visually it all makes sense. Now the music has ended. No, I don't care about Liberty Mutual. Have to pause it real quick. Have to pause it real quick before the freaking commercial kicked in. Still kicked in. Don't care about that. Don't care. I paused you for a reason. Because I get unpaused itself just to play that freaking commercial. There we go. So, as I do this, not that he needs it, but I'll give a shout out to SaberSpark. Not that he needs it. The guy, he knows what he's doing. He did a video. I need to finish watching. I need to finish watching the entire video. Actually, no, I did watch it. I did watch the entire video. Talking about the advertisements on YouTube and how like he has. They literally told him. He has censored nudity in his thumbnail, and therefore, it is. He got flagged. He got flagged for censored nudity in his thumbnail of an animated character. So it's not like it's like, you know, tits flapping in the wind and stuff. But so that gets flagged. But when he turns on a video, he literally sees like the advertising. The one I can't stand the most is that stupid one where it's obviously just a cheap flash animation. It's not the actual game. Where you take the little soldier and he kills the one guy and he levels up to level 2. Then you drag him like a math game. Then you drag him to a level 3 and he kills level 3. But don't take the level 7. He's not ready. And that's fine in itself. But then in that he's saving princesses. And the recent one, there's a different princess in each tower and they're all like sexualized. Like they're on their knees. One is wearing like a corset in a weird way. Like it's, and he's so, you know, and SaberSpark has the right to be pissed of them like flagging him for certain things, only to then be like, but we'll advertise this. Why? Because they get paid for it. They get paid for that stuff. And, you know, you get paid and that's it. They don't have to worry about, you know, what's in it. And he said he got pissed because he saw an advertisement of someone who used his thumbnail that was only slightly edited. What is that? What is that? A slightly edited version of his own thumbnail. And he's like, this is what pisses him off the most. He's like, come on, people. Like, they're using my thumbnails in advertisements on my videos. But he's getting flagged for said thumbnail. Just, I don't know. It's the money. That's what it is. Like, you thought YouTube would have, like, learned their lesson when they got hit hard with the freaking fees for, like, collecting information from minors. Well, technically, they were just collecting information from people in general. But, like, idiots, they were like, oh, it's popular among minors. Like, no, dude, don't advertise what's going to get you in trouble. If you just had shut up, no one would have freaking cared. And even then, they tried to, like, push it on us. Like, it's up to you to, like, self-censor. Or else we get in trouble. But when we advertise, I can't stand these BS. Like, everything SaberSpark said regarding the advertisements, it's all true. It's all just, like, obviously fake. Like, this is not the video game. This is obviously a really cheap animation that you guys got assets from a free website to make it look like a video game. It's garbage. Stop advertising garbage. Like, be aware what you're advertising, YouTube. You are advertising garbage on your websites. And then you're punishing people for having the exact same material in their videos. Why? Because we're not paying you. Like, guaranteed, if you had to pay for YouTube, they wouldn't care about what you uploaded. Guaranteed. Anyway. It's funny because it doesn't even affect me because I don't make money off of YouTube. But it does bother me. Like, from a creative standpoint, it bothers me. I used to monetize my videos. I got like 10 cents one time. Then they started changing the rules. And then changing the rules again. And then changing the rules again. And then here I am. Boo-boo. Whatever. I'm drawing for fun, guys. I'm drawing because I want people to see the drawings and maybe take something from that. I'm drawing to, like, get people's opinions. You know. I'm not drawing for money. At least not yet. This video you're watching is not being done for money. It's being done because I like to show my process and talk out loud to myself sometimes. That way, I understand my own process better when I kind of talk to myself. Doesn't mean I wouldn't like to see some people in the chat. Come on, chat, where you at? My regulars are no longer around. Then again, I haven't seen my regulars on Twitch in general, so hope you guys are doing okay. There's a big empty gap there. I forgot to draw. I forgot to do some inking. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, that's that. What was red here? Red was the knees. Okay, red the knees. Well, not the knees. It's his hips. His hips that do not lie, because I have to make the joke anyway. Maybe I should toss something yellow in this just to help define what is what. You know what? No, leave it for now. Yeah, there we go, guys. Red, white, and blue, and yellow. File, save. Okay, slight. Nope, that is rotate. That is rotate. Is that too much? Can you still see everything? Now you can see. Right about that. Nav cam. Nope, that's the nav arm. Nav. Wait, that's the nav arm. No, that's me. Nav on. Nav cam. There we go. And there it is, guys. Whew. I'm so happy I got this out of my system. You cannot imagine. I couldn't concentrate on anything until I got this out of my system. And yeah, that's why is his legs being cut off? That's why. A little bit, there we go. So that or this or these is X-Rex. Are X-Rex. They are X-Rex. There we go. EX Rex. X-Rex. As an extinction. Get it? And yeah, I am so happy I got these on paper. Oof. And of course, if I do decide to make these, it's going to be a slow process. It's a matter of getting all the parts I need. I actually just need like bodies, really. Like the stuff that really has to transform, like the guy's tail, like the T-Rex head. That stuff I have to make from scratch. But if I could just get like a trio of like really cheap bodies that have at least joints enough to like move around the arms and stuff, that's really all I need. Maybe I've been trying to find all the 99-cent stores, all the cheap stores, the discount stores around me. They just don't have anything on them. I'm just trying to find like a set of like cheap toys that match. The ones they do have are just like solid plastic figurines, like solid like molded cheap plastic, which I could use. Then I have to add the ball joints, add everything onto it. I need to go to Amazon. I saw on Amazon there's it's like a not Lego like mech kit. It's just a little mech skeleton. You put a little Lego figurine in it. But that company also makes a bunch of ball joints. So it's like you can't buy Bionicle ball joints by themselves, but this particular one you can. It's like a mech, like mini mech or something. But yeah, I'm gonna buy a bunch of those ball joints. I love Bionicle ball joints, but you have to go to eBay. You have to go to eBay to buy like just the ball joints in large stock. Does Lego sell Now it would be on Amazon. It would be on Amazon if Lego sold like independent stuff like this, a big stack of yellow, big stack of blue. They probably sell that, but they don't sell a stack of barnacle ball joints. If Lego was to sell just the barnacle ball joints, like the first gen barnacle ball joints, which was literally just the ball and the joint, it wasn't the socket and the bicep. The new ones, like the new ones, the socket, bicep is all one piece. Like if they were to sell just that, I would buy so many of them. And yes, there are companies that make ball joints. I ordered a few from Japan a while back. They just kept snapping, like they just didn't work as well. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm so happy I got these on paper. And they came out okay. Like they came out good. You know, I'm sure if I was to make them, I would probably like have to adjust certain things as I go along. But yeah, Trirex, Ballistic, Bruiser, and Butcher. And yeah, I'm happy with this. Oh, now I can actually focus on stuff I should be focusing on. I need to do some updates to some horror sketches, and then print them out real quick for once again HorrorCon, Brooklyn HorrorCon. That's the 23rd and the 24th, second to last week of October, at the Brooklyn Navy Yard, Building 77. Speaking of which, if you do not follow me on Instagram, check out my Instagram. It is The Burgles Art on Instagram. I uploaded a handful of photographs from Brooklyn Toy Con, which I attended as a vendor, as an art side, and as a vendor, as a member of Artist Alley. And I sold some stuff there. It was nice. So I took some photographs. No. Backtrack. I attended as a vendor at Brooklyn Toy Con. The photographs on my Instagram page are from Brooklyn Comic Con before that. I'm going to put those pictures also on Twitter. And, as usual, find me on all these things. Twitter, Instagram. They're all The Burgers Art. And I'm working on a short video of just also what I saw at Brooklyn Comic Con. So if you don't want to see the images, you'll see them in video format soon. It's not much, just a quick run through. And I think that's pretty much it, guys. Still trying to get the intern to get back on his video of Forgotten Anne. But he has too much work to do for me. I just give him everything to do. But yeah, as always, again, you will also see me next week. Next weekend? Yes, you will see me next weekend for another stream. What would it be? I don't know yet. We'll see. We will see. So once again, guys, I am Dante. Like, favorite, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the future. Later.